How do you assess your offensive performance yesterday with the 2 attempts at the empty net in the last 2 minutes?
Terrible. I'm in there to stop the puck, I guess.
But seriously, I know you've scored before and you got a great shot. What was your read on those 2 situations?
I mean, not much time left in the game and trying to get the puck out more than anything, but it's hard not to have it in the back of your mind when you've done it before. So up 2 goals in that situation, you're just, I mean, both of them happen very fast, so you're obviously just trying to get out of the end more than anything, but keeping it out is more important.
You're taking this team into the playoffs soon, hopefully, if everything goes the way it's supposed to go. The story here is going to be an Oilers team led by a 40-year-old goalie that's resurgent and leading his team and all these kids, and he's the oldest guy. We're going to compare him to Jacques Plante and Gump Worsley and all that stuff you've been hearing all year. How are you going to be on that when that moment sort of arrives, if it hasn't yet?
I could honestly care less. I mean, I've talked about it over and over about playing your best hockey this time of year. I'm no different than any other player. I think, obviously, I'm my age. Everyone wants to talk about it, but it's something that I really don't think about. It's not. I don't feel like I'm 40. I feel like I have a lot to prove still. I feel like I don't have a lot more opportunities to to achieve the ultimate goal, and so I think this time of the year you want to be a big reason why your team's having success, and this year's no different. Doesn't really matter to me as far as comparisons and what's happened before or what's already done. I'm just thinking about the next game and taking it one day at a time.
Well, you just said that you probably don't have a lot of these spring times left. How does it shape sort of your attitude, your mindset, maybe your drive here, knowing you've been down this road a bunch of times? It hasn't gone the way you want it to go at the very end, and there might be a couple of these left, but there's not a whole bunch. Does it make you a more desperate player? Does it change in any way the way you approach the playoffs?
No, because I think if you look at it like that, you end up putting way too much more pressure on yourself to perform, and that doesn't always work out the way you want it to either. So I think it's just about taking it one day at a time, preparing for your next start, and playing to your capabilities. And I feel like if I do that, then I give this team a chance to win, on any given night. So that's all you can look at is the next game, and you want to keep the momentum going as long as you can. And like I said, be a big part of the reason why the team's having success.
Last one for me. What would 40-year-old Mike Smith say to 25-year-old Mike Smith in terms of the stuff you know now that might have come in handy back then?
Yeah, a lot of things, but experience is obviously a very valuable thing, and you can't. You don't gain experience by just coming in the league and all of a sudden you got it. I think it's something that you earn and you gain through different experiences, and obviously, the ebbs and flows of seasons maybe took a toll on me more when I was 25 than they do now, and trying to enjoy it more. And obviously it's been, a different season, challenging with injuries and stuff, but I feel like I'm in a good place now, mentally and physically, to hopefully play a lot more hockey this season.
Mike, you had 2 shutouts in a row going into the game last night. Had you ever had 3 shutouts before, say, in Arizona?
Someone here brought it to my attention a couple days ago.
You did?
Yeah.
Was that in your mind last night, or no?
Not really, to be honest. I think it's, like I said, when you want to be playing well, and if it's whatever it takes to let one goal in less than the other goalie, that's kind of the goal. Obviously, a shutout is a bonus, but it's usually if if no goals are going in, there's a lot of things happening in front of you that, you know, are a big reason why there's, you know, none going in your net. So things happen in games and pucks get deflected and weird bounces happen that, you know, just puts into perspective how difficult it is to get shutouts in this league. And it's, you know, it's a bonus, obviously, if you get them, but it's just trying to help your team get 2 points.
So you don't look at the career shutout list when you get another shutout to see, okay, you moved past this guy, you moved past that guy?
Nope.
Just us to do that, I guess? Okay.
I look at one thing, and that's the win column.
Okay.
Wins and losses. Wins are obviously most important, and that's all I really care about right now.
Did the first goal that they scored, did it go off your defenseman's stick because it went right under the crossbar?
It may have caught a little bit of them.
Okay. The puck handling, were you a puck handler in junior, and how much better, obviously, you've gotten in the NHL when you were in junior doing it?
In junior, I was a shooter. I would go out, stop the puck by the net, either leave it or I'd shoot it around the boards.
Okay.
I've came a long ways since my days in junior with handling puck. So it's been, you know, being drafted by Dallas and then seeing Turco handle the puck. I knew if I was going to play for that organization for a long time, it didn't end up happening, but I knew I would probably have to handle the puck half as good as he did. And I took a lot of pride in watching him, you know, get out of his net and handle the puck the way he did, and worked on a lot of stuff in practices to, like I said, to try and, you know, when there was a change in goal, not to be a big discrepancy between the starting goalie and me at the time, and that was Marty. And I was able to watch a lot of games he played and learn a lot from what he did.
One last one. You play in your own building, so you get to know the boards and such, and the glass. When you're on the road, are you very cognizant in the morning of having people shoot it along the along the glass and the boards to see how the boards and the glass react when?
Yeah, I mean, luckily, a lot of the rinks now have gone to seamless glass, so didn't always used to be that way. So some rinks were a little more skeptical going out of your net when the puck's up and on the grass, but most rinks now are pretty good as far as, you know, the boards and the glass are very similar in all rinks. Some are faster, some are slower. You know, so it's just, I've played in most rinks quite a few times, so I have a pretty good handle on which ones maybe cause a little more havoc than others.